Amelia, a lanky teenager with a love for all things furry, was tidying the rabbit enclosure, her movements as gentle as a summer breeze. The rabbits, usually skittish, were curiously calm. They sat, their ears twitching, as Amelia replaced their water bottles and refilled their food bowls. She smiled, finding comfort in their placid presence. As the clock ticked closer to closing time, a shiver ran down Amelia's spine. It was a familiar feeling, a creeping dread that always hit around dusk. She glanced at the clock again. 6:45 p.m. The shop should be closed in 15 minutes. She was alone, the other employees having already left. Suddenly, the rabbits in the corner cage started to stir. Their ears perked up, and they began to hop towards the center of the enclosure. Amelia watched, her heart pounding, as they formed a tight circle, their noses pointed inward. She had never witnessed such behavior. Then, it happened. A collective snort echoed through the store, a sound that was at once comical and deeply unsettling. The rabbits continued to snort, their noses vibrating in unison, their eyes fixed on a point in the center of the circle. Fear gnawed at Amelia. The shop felt colder, the shadows growing longer. She pulled out her phone, the faint light illuminating a clock that seemed to tick with ominous slowness. Her fingers trembled as she scrolled through her contacts. Should she call her dad? Her friend? She didn't know who to call, but she knew she couldn't stay alone in the store with the rabbits behaving so strangely. Just as she was about to make the call, the snorting stopped. The rabbits looked up, their eyes gleaming in the dim light, and stared directly at her. Amelia felt a cold wave of terror. Her heart hammered against her ribs. The rabbits started hopping again, this time, towards the back of the enclosure, as if beckoning her to follow. Panic seizing her, Amelia ran to the back door. She fumbled with the lock, her trembling hands refusing to cooperate. Finally, the door creaked open. She stumbled out into the cool night air, the silence of the street a welcome contrast to the strange atmosphere of the store. She ran home, her footsteps echoing in the deserted street. As she reached her front door, she paused, her mind racing. What had happened in the pet store? Why had the rabbits behaved so oddly? The next day, Amelia returned to the store, her heart heavy with a sense of foreboding. She found the store manager, a kind-faced woman named Ms. Wilson, and told her about the rabbits' strange behavior. Ms. Wilson listened patiently, her brow furrowing with concern. "You know," she said, "there's a lot we don't understand about animals, especially rabbits. They can sense things we can't, like changes in the weather or perhaps something else." Amelia's mind raced. Could the rabbits have been sensing something? Could they have been warning her about something? Ms. Wilson saw the fear in Amelia's eyes and patted her hand reassuringly. "Don't worry, dear. It's probably just a coincidence.